Dyson Sphere. A Dyson sphere is a fictitious megastructure that fully envelops a star and absorbs a significant portion of its solar energy production. The idea is an effort to explain how a spacefaring civilization will obtain its energy needs after those needs exceed what can be produced only from the resources of the home planet. Building buildings around a star would allow a civilization to capture much more energy because only a small portion of a star's energy emissions reach the surface of any orbiting planet. In his science fiction book Star Maker, 1937, Olaf Stapledon provided the first modern depiction of the structure, stating that every solar system was enveloped by a gauze of light traps, which focused the fleeing solar energy for intelligent use. In his 1960 publication Search for Artificial Stellar Sources of Infrared Radiation, Freeman Dyson popularized the idea. According to Dyson, such buildings would be necessary for a technological civilization's long-term survival as a logical result of its growing energy requirements. He suggested that looking for these structures would enable the discovery of highly developed, intelligent extraterrestrial species. Levels of technical development on the Kardashev scale would correspond to various Dyson sphere models and their energy harvesting capacity. Since then, several variations of the Dyson sphere have been suggested in exploratory engineering or described in science fiction, involving the construction of an artificial structure or series of structures to enclose a star. These more recent concepts sometimes include habitational or industrial components and are not just confined to solar power plants. The most common fictional renderings show a star enclosed in a solid shell of substance, which Dyson himself thought was the least likely interpretation. At the Starship Century Symposium in San Diego in May 2013, Dyson reiterated his earlier remarks that he regretted the idea hadn't been given his name. Freeman Dyson, a scientist and mathematician, hypothesized that all technological civilizations perpetually increased their energy need, which led to the idea of the Dyson sphere. He believed that if human civilizations' energy needs persisted long enough, they would eventually reach the sun's complete energy output. He suggested a system of circling structures, which he initially described as a shell, built to block and gather all of the sun's energy. On the theory that such a structure might be distinguished by its peculiar emission spectrum in comparison to a star, Dyson's plan did not go into detail about how such a system would be built, instead concentrating primarily on issues of energy gathering. The Dyson sphere theory is said to have been originally formalized in his 1960 science article, Search for Artificial Stellar Sources of Infrared Radiation. Thanks for watching.